And, chat, I don't want to alarm you, but there are bears, possibly in space. We've got Danejerus here to take care of them, so... Danejerus, take it away.
Bears in space. Bears in space. Bears in space. Bears in space. No one's chanting with me. I'm
space.
I thought you just wanted Asuka to join in, so I was like, I'm not gonna intrude, honestly.
I'll just say it a little quietly.
So this is a preview of how this run's gonna go, chat. I hope you are awake and refreshed and ready. I am currently nursing a coffee because it's early in the morning. But yeah, you may have heard my voice last night. I was hosting for a couple runs yesterday, and I'm back again today, and I'm going to show you Bears in Space. Now, if this sounds like the name of a very silly game, so I brought some commentators with me if we want to go in alphabetical order here.
I had to think about that for a second. Hi, I'm Oscar424, and I have never met this man in my life.
How dare you?
Hi.
And I may or may not be like 10 feet away from him right now.
Hi, I'm DE Cosmic, and I just played this game casually recently for the first time. So I'm excited for y'all to see it.
And Cosmic is also 50% of the people that have named skips in this game. So
that's true. Yes,
he has contributed to it in a way. But yeah, we are doing New Game Plus Legacy. We'll explain the category moniker after we get into the run. But we're going to go ahead and start with SS Ursine, which, yeah. So we're going to get through the loading screen, and then I'm just going to call time pretty much as we start the first cutscene, because timing this is not very easy to do. If we try to like, hey, yo, we're just going to count it in. So starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. So we start out by skipping a couple cutscenes. They actually made these cutscenes skippable after the fact, like in a patch that came afterward. Now I'm going to do something that's going to look kind of weird here. We're going to explain this this tech a little bit more later on, and know that we donated to reach the all endings upgrade last night. So thank you to all of you that donated to make that happen. There's one ending that we are going to wait until after the run to showcase. It'll make sense why when we get there, but we will be showing off all of the different endings, of which there are 6 total, including the one that actually rolls credits. And yeah, so this first level is kind of just tutorializing stuff. Obviously, we slipped on the banana peels, as you saw earlier, and that knocked our health down by half. And so we had to pick up a health pack to refill it, because just in case you've never played a video game before, they need to make sure that you know what health packs do in the video game. If you ever get a chance to play this game casually, by the way, this is a fantastic little opening monologue that I just completely talked over. Yeah, we're gonna do another skip here. This is mostly just to kind of overlap a couple of cutscenes together. It doesn't end up saving a lot of time on the current patch, but it does save like a couple seconds, so we're going to go for it. So we're going to roll over, and then we're going to be able to move around during this cutscene, which we're not supposed to be able to do. And the dialogue is gonna make sense when you actually play the game on your own. But yeah, so we are going to need to hit one of the buttons over there on that control panel, and so let's go. Oh no. Oh god.
It's like that beat.
It's not clear which one to hit.
Save with Super Boring Hyper Quickness, go!
Yeah! What could possibly go wrong?
After successfully pressing the boring yet safe Hyper Quickness button, Maxwell completed his mission of delivering the bears in space to the prison planet. With nothing left to do on his chore list, he retired to a life of boredom, where he pondered what might have happened if he pressed the other button. R.I.P. Maxwell Adams.
F in chat.
And that's, my friends, is ending number 1.
GG.
GG. All right, so we do have to watch that cutscene. Not that cutscene, but we have to overlap the cutscenes again. So, because they for whatever reason start you back at the bottom of the elevator shaft. Not totally sure why. But you donated to upgrade to all endings, and this is what you're gonna get. So.
And we'll explain the very wild looking floating that Dane is doing a little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna make a lot more sense once we're actually like in a place to explain it, because the tech is actually gonna be utilized all over the run, and it looks very silly in a lot of cases. Now we are going to hit the other button, but it's fine. The other button is my namesake, so.
They just misspelled it with the correct spelling.
Yes, they misspelled it with the correct spelling.
What an incredible sentence. Oh, yes.
I was hoping to break one of your brains, the fact that I got both of you.
This is what I woke up early on a Saturday for. Let's go.
This is what you woke up early for. So we should talk about the weapon upgrade system, because there are weapons in this game, and after you kill a certain number of enemies with each weapon, they will upgrade. So after you kill a certain number of enemies, the weapon takes on a new appearance, gets a little bit more power. We're going to start with the pistol. When you upgrade the pistol one time, you get a second pistol. When you upgrade the pistol a second time,
You get 3.
What?
Looks pretty normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
shout out to the fact that he has 2 left hands, by the way.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Also shout out-
left-handers. Let's go.
Wait, Cosmic, you're lucky too?
I am, yeah.
Oh god, all
Nice.
3 of us are lefties. This is
Let's
the
go.
world cannot handle this. Good.
Don't worry, I have a right hand to balance it out.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right, and we got the cutscene skip, so we are going to right into the end of the level, and that gets us out of the SS Earthside. Now we're going to get to actually like play a little bit more of the game, because that level is very tutorial heavy, and from here is where we start to actually play through more of it. So now this is a shmup
It's a
section,
shmup!
and the fastest way to get through these levels is to just soak up a bunch of hits and die on purpose. So that's what we're gonna do, and the resident shmup player in the call is probably screaming about that.
I has a sad.
It's okay. I'm very happy that that's the fastest way to get through those.
All right, so now we get some movement tech, because now we have Bertana on our back, and so there's Max, get up there. Max, there we go. Max was not playing nice for a second. So now we have some movement tech. We have dash, we have double jump. We can actually move around a little bit, and this is going to be good for moving through a lot of these areas a little bit more quickly. I'm gonna do that journal buffer tech that showed off earlier, and it looks kind of goofy when you're seeing it like this. Almost got through that
Nice.
quickly, but not quite. Got a little bit stuck. So yeah, we're out of bounds right now. This is definitely not where you're intended to be, and we are just going to be platforming to the end of the level from here.
Really feeling the honey.
There's
Really feeling the honey now.
There's something really cool coming up that it shows how the devs absolutely loved watching people break their game, and that's kind of the only preview. Or is it in this level or is it later?
Well, it's in this level, but we only do that in any %, and we do it because we need
okay.
a little bit of money. But unfortunately, because in New Game Plus, we already have everything unlocked and everything's
fair.
upgraded. We don't end up seeing that little button, but there's a little button at the beginning, or it's like out of bounds, and you push it, and it unlocks every side mission to get a little bit of money, and that's really, really useful for any % when we are kind of starved for resources. But in New Game Plus, we have every weapon unlocked, and everything's upgraded. So this is where we're going to get to. There we go. This is where we're going to get into the journal buffer tech in a much more significant way. So I'm going to do a journal buffer here. I got stuck on something. I'm not sure what happened, so we're going to try that again. This is one of the a little bit more annoying skips, because it's you can get caught on a pixel trying to do this, and you don't have a lot of time to actually do the skip before you get knocked out of the cutscene. Come on. There we go.
So what Dane's doing right now, and he's making it look a lot easier than it actually is the moment a cutscene starts, if you open up the journal at the same exact time, it overrides the game saying you can't move. So that's when Dane can kind of move wherever he wants. He can float and do a whole bunch of other things. What made that first journal buffer a little tricky is you use that to actually not only skip the restricted movement, but you also use that to get onto a higher ledge you're not supposed to technically get to yet. And you can get caught on things, you can have a really weird jump angle, and all that will prevent you from getting to that ledge. So getting on the second try is really, really good.
All right, so little fight here. Now, this is one of the more tricky ones, because if we fail it, we have to restart the entire level. Luckily, we got it. So we used to use a different version of this skip in order to do this one, but it worked first try on this one. And now we are going to float away all the way to the end of the level. And this is called journal hovering. And the reason why it works is we don't know, but all you have to do is open the journal as soon as you start a cutscene, and the cutscenes are supposed to lock you into place. They basically kind of warp you into a certain spot, and you're frozen there until the cutscene finishes playing out. But if you open the journal after you've triggered the cutscene, but before the cutscene actually starts, you are able to move around for whatever reason. And we figured out pretty quickly that if you press spacebar while you are locked into that cutscene, you can kind of fly away. Now, there are restrictions on it. You can't use it completely, relentlessly. You do have a couple of restrictions that you have to be kind of mindful of. But yeah, this is how we're going to float away and skip most levels. We're going to be able to actually skip multiple hours of the game by doing this. In fact, Cosmic, you and I were talking about this the other day, because he finished playing through the game for the first time and realized just how much of the game you actually skip by doing this.
Yeah, like it can't really be understated just how long some of these levels are, and it's really fun too, don't get me wrong, but I didn't have a lot of the context watching this run before playing it casually, where it's like just how much you actually skip in terms of content. Like it's a lot.
This is a long game casually.
It's a long game, yeah. For a shooter, it's
kinda,
definitely longer than most.
Although I kind of sped through it. I think I beat it in like 9 hours, and I was even doing like a bunch of extra stuff. But I was speed reading a lot of the dialogue, so that helps.
I gotta beat this before the run on Saturday.
Yup. At 1000 FPS.
All right, so I forgot to actually do the journal buffer tech on this cutscene, but that's okay. It just means we have to wait for this elevator. It only saves about 2 seconds if you get a first try. So one of the I don't have a pyrite bullet. That's all right. We can work around that. So we're gonna have our first boss fight here. I'm going to come on. There we go. All right, so we're going to float to the end of the level. Now, in any percent, it's faster to just fly right into the end level trigger. But in New Game Plus, it's faster to drop into the boss fight and just do the boss fight instead of flying to the end of the level, because the boss fight goes so much faster in New Game Plus. Now, question for you both. Does that look like a clown to you?
Perhaps.
It kind of looks like a clown.
Yeah.
I was thinking it looked clown-like.
I'm glad we decided to take the long way to the
Yeah.
train station.
We said that on stream one time, and one of my viewers said, kind of, yeah, but the hair's a little long. I was like, all right, jerk. I see what you're doing. So we drop into the hallway there, and this is Mr. Bouncy. He is the boss. And if I had a pyrite gun bullet, this would have been done in one shot, but unfortunately I did not have a bullet, so we had to do that the hard way.
Yeah, unfortunately the Gatling laser is just like a damage machine, so
yep,
we can just kind of blast through it.
That's our speedrun weapon. It does unfortunately start to get more spread the longer you fire it, which is a little unfortunate, but it still does a ton of damage. And then immediately after that boss fight, we go into another boss fight against the Warden. Now, luckily, this is a pretty easy fight. I'm
Got
going to
pirate ammo?
actually
I was about to say.
refill my ammo here. Well, not so much pyrite ammo. I was actually short on Gatling ammo. Be nice to have that. So the Warden is right here. Take note of how he talks. By the way, if you stand too close to the door, you'll clip out of bounds by mistake. They never actually fixed that bug.
Well, how'd he do that?
Alrighty, so we're not going to dash while doing this one. The reason why is because we need to actually get enough height in order to go over the wall around the edge of the arena. So I need to actually wait. I actually might even need to let go for a second. Yeah, okay. And then we're going to bump into this wall, and that's going to push us down. Just got a decent amount of speed on this one.
Yeah.
We're going to float underneath the level. Trust me, this is way faster than doing this boss fight because this boss is extremely spongy. And then we're going to hit space and warp right into the end level trigger. Nice and easy. Yeah, that
Also,
boss has a ton of health. So
yeah, you pretty much warped into the boss himself right there.
basically, yeah. So that room is kind of funny because you're supposed to climb your way out of that pit, but if you just double jump, you can get out of it right away. I'm just gonna top that off real quick because it's easy. All right, and we've got one of the only actual fights in here that we're going to do. You can technically skip this fight, but doing the skip while all these enemies are around is very, very scary, and I don't have the bravery to try and do that. There you are. Okay, so that should be everything. And we're going to do another journal buffer off of this guy. And now this one's kind of tricky because you have to navigate back through the door that we came through, but you have to do it backwards, which is kind of hard to do, which is why I killed everybody in this room, because otherwise they would definitely get in the way. And then we're back in the room that we started in. We're going to float up and over. I'm gonna back up just a little bit in case I bonk into something. Yeah, if we were to bonk into something while going up, we'd have to cycle through the next bit of dialogue. And on this dialogue, that's fine, but that's not always the case with all dialogue. And we're gonna go through that wall, fly over this way. As soon as the camera turns, I'm gonna do like 3 more dashes, and then we should be good. And this is going to drop us over here. And we just have to walk into the end level trigger like that. Nice and easy.
Gosh, that level is so long, too. You have to find like 3 objects for that guy. And you have to go all over the place in that facility. And nope, just done.
And that level also has time crisis in it.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
it does.
it
That's
does.
true.
Yeah, it does.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
That sequence is so long because it's a rail shooter, so it's an auto scroller, and it takes forever.
I popped off.
Max. Yeah. Not to mention that Max doesn't walk very fast during that section either. So it's like, come on, man.
It's like admittedly, I popped off during that sequence because I played so much Time Crisis as a kid at the arcade.
Good game.
It was good.
All right, so this is a little mini boss fight. This is actually one of the guys that we saw in that cutscene that we skipped at the very first level. What I was about to say. All right, I'm going to spam the journal here, and that's just going to make it so that we can move over here and get through this door a little bit faster. But yeah, he's one of the guys that you see in that first level, and he becomes a boss fight, and then we kill him. All right, so we're gonna do a big journal buffer here. We're going to slide our way over here. As soon as he starts talking, we're going to start floating away. And this one, this initial kind of navigation through those trees is a little tricky because those trees do have collision, and you can bunk into them. Once we're up this high, though, it's pretty much free. So I need to kind of coordinate where I'm looking. So if y'all want to talk while I'm doing this, go for it.
Actually, one thing I can mention is for those looking at this game, and that may or may not be someone that plays games in the shooter genre, this is an extremely accessible game for people that love a challenge and people that love a more casual setting. You can go into the initial settings of the game, and you can change how much damage you do, how much damage the enemy does, how much damage you take, and you can make it really really easy. You can make it really hard. There's like kind of standard settings you can choose from, or you can completely customize it. So like they made a really fun game that is, like I said, super accessible to however you want to enjoy this game. So I cannot recommend this enough.
Agreed.
Pretty good.
Alrighty, and now we are going to war.
War.
War. I hear it never changes.
What is it good for?
I
mean,
thought so
we
too,
go
and then I
in
took an
different
arrow to the knee.
directions, but- Ouch.
That sounds like it hurts.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a soldier.
It's a very
Luckily, there's
strong
a-
filter.
There's a big skip for this one too, and this level actually has the best journal hover in the entire game, and you will see why as soon as we get to it. It is fantastic. So we're gonna hit this this checkpoint here and then reload. This is just gonna despawn all the enemies around, so I don't have to like play dodgeball with their bullets while I do this skip. Gonna jump on this barrel, jump up here, jump up here, jump up here. This part's a little treacherous because there's checkpoint triggers all around, and if we hit one, we have to restart the level. Yeah, so there's one right there. So if I goof this up, we have to restart the whole level. Luckily from here, it's pretty straightforward. You do a dash jump here, climb onto here. Now this hill right here has the weirdest collision ever. So like you have to kind of crouch and go underneath it to be able to get out. It's very, very weird. And oh wow, first try.
Nice.
That was actually really fast. Yeah, that little jump right there is really tricky for some reason. Game constantly wants to push you off that hill, but managed to actually get up there really quickly this time. And then we have to climb this hill. Now I have to take this pathway because you will slide down the hill if you're not careful, and then I have to like be really careful with that spot too, because you can get pushed down really easily. And I'm gonna try and get this right here. No, I'm falling. Okay, we're good.
Nice.
There we go. Okay, we're back up. Dash. There we go. Cool. Game, please. Game. Okay, so the game has added some collision here. That's fine. We just jump over the wall on that side.
Game couldn't bear your trolling just then.
Oh, and here it is. Now come the bear pup. All right. Well, here we are, right up here. We're gonna see the best journal buffer in the game. Are you ready, chat?
Are you done exploring?
Are you done exploring? And then we just float away.
I have to go now. My planet needs me.
I have to go now. My planet needs me. We have made that joke so many times.
Can we shout out the acid pool and the two balls there and like a surprise face showing up? Because I can't unsee
Oh
that.
yeah, look at that. Now I see. I like how it says, "Are you done exploring?" No.
No. So we're gonna drop into here, hit this checkpoint trigger. As soon as it says game saved, we reload checkpoints. And then we end up in the last section. Now, there's another skip we're going to do right here in order to skip this last sequence. This last sequence is a nightmare to do in a speed run because it's extremely slow. My dash got eaten. That was weird. So let me try that again. Game. So we're going to stand on this teacup in order to jump onto this computer cable. There we go.
Nice.
And trust me, that skips a tremendous amount of content. Like if we had to sit and do that sequence, I mean, Cosmo, you just played it not that long ago. You saw how bad it was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like how there's a comment in chat that says, "Shocked that it took 20 minutes to get the bear punts." Hey, I had to space them out.
Hey.
God. All right, we're gonna do a really tricky journal buffer here. Got it. Nice. That was not going that well in practice yesterday. So we're gonna walk into this hallway. 1, 2, 3, and then float up through the ceiling. This is going to skip the fight against the chairman. This was a skip that I was begging for the longest time because the chairman fight is like, it's like 9 minutes, and it's very, very tedious because you will run out of ammo constantly during that fight. So you have to just kind of sit around and hunt for more ammo. all the time. It is very, very frustrating. All right, so we hit the halfway point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for good luck. And oh yeah, we had plenty of headway on that. So this is the end level sequence right here. So the thing we all skip to get to this point is a game show, and then we win the game show, and we're warping into the prize sequence for the game show game. There we go. So what a fight that was! Blah blah blah. We can pick a prize, so we can pick the washing machine, the floppy disk, or we can go home. And the whole plot of this game is to go home. So we want to go home, and that's why we're gonna pick the washing machine.
The champs are looking at the DFW 1000 washing machine. Will they take it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maxwell picked the washing machine. He only had one outfit on him, so it was a little overkill. After becoming the champion of the rolling bot competition, he turned to a life of hardcore stamp collecting. Bertana and Maxwell haven't spoken since, but his clothes have never been dirty.
The end.
Ending number 2.
The end.
Now, nicely, they actually locked that off and they put you back in here. So now we're going to pick the floppy disk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Always a lover of music, Maxwell chose the Engelbot collection. He was robbed shortly after, losing all his possessions, including his Engelbot discs. Bertana was busy at the time of the robbery. The end. Ending number 3.
Bertana is supposed to be a pun on Cortana.
I believe Bertana is supposed to be a pun on Cortana. Yes, I believe that is. I actually never have gotten confirmation from the devs. By the way, I have a first name basis with the devs. Some of the coolest dudes you'll ever meet, by the way.
I always thought
this
it was going by the
tricky one.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is kind of a tricky one because you have to time that one really specifically or it doesn't work. And then we float over here. And this is what gets us out of bounds. Okay, so yeah, go ahead. Whatever you're saying.
Well, I was going to say, I thought it was going by the logic of Samurai Cop, where in Samurai Cop, they say that katana means Japanese sword, so Bertana would mean bear sword.
Oh, I love that.
That is actually...
I love that.
I think you might be giving the devs a little too much credit on that one. All right, invisible wall here. We got to jump around. But yeah, we are navigating out of bounds here.
It's like Neil Breen level of metagaming right there.
Yeah.
All right, now we have another, not a terribly tricky journal hover, but it can go wrong. So I'm going to grab a just safety checkpoint. I'm going to jump onto... Okay, I want to make sure I clear that gap. There's a little invisible wall there, so I want to make sure I clear that. Hit that checkpoint, and then... and that's why we grabbed the checkpoint, because I missed the buffer.
I like how there's a sign that says invisible wall added for your safety.
They do that sometimes.
Also, can you appreciate the tone booty that Maxwell has in that loading screen?
Apparently, apparently the artist for that just kept sending versions of that where Maxwell was more caked up every time, and they just kind of went with it.
Because the devs were in chat, and I was like, y'all, you have to answer me a question. Why does Maxwell got that cake, though? And they said, yeah, every time we sent it back to the artist to do another draft, she would send it back, and Maxwell just had more and more cake every time. And I was like, you know what? That artist is earned her paycheck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why he's Maxwell with 2 L's.
Nice. All right, so I'm gonna drop in here. Jump over to this side. Now, this joke doesn't make any sense unless you actually play through this level. It doesn't even make sense in any percent when we play more of this level. So just assume that it'll make sense when you actually play this game. You absolutely should play this game because it is awesome. And now we go to the train station terminal, I think is what this level's called. Or something like that.
Gosh, that's how you skip that section? Good grief. That is so much. Oh my gosh.
And we have another skip for this level. So this level's another one that's like mostly a boss fight. There's a puzzle that you have to do here. I'm gonna go for a really tricky skip. Got it. Nice. That is that's like almost a frame perfect skip because of how tight that timing is on that. And then we have a fight against Cletus, who is the next boss. This is a kind of a sort of a wall boss of sorts. He floats around, but you're only on this one platform to fight him. But we're gonna be able to skip it. I actually found this skip, and I'm very proud of that because the skip was not actually all that easy to find. We're gonna spam the journal here, and then we're going to skip it by avoiding getting mugged by a couch.
Butch
That's one does.
I said what I said. So yeah, we have to float for a second here. So, Dijon, if you got anything to say, now's a good time.
Alrighty. Well, you are watching Power Up with Pride 2026. And we are raising money for Point of Pride. Point of Pride is a trans-led and 501c3 nonprofit organization, and they've served tens of thousands of people in all 50 states and over 100 countries by providing access to gender-affirming health and wellness services. They are currently celebrating their 10-year anniversary, and in that time, they have raised nearly $6 million US in support of their mission.
Very nice, thank you. Yeah, that's Cletus. That's the boss. We are skipping him entirely. Now I have to line up in a specific spot, although it's not extremely precise. We just need to make sure that we are on the right side of this yellow line. Otherwise, we would be inside the arena, and that is bad because the end level trigger is right. Oh no, did I get stuck? Oh no, I got stuck. Do I have to do this again? I think I have to do this again. Incredible. I think I may have to restart the level actually because I think I hit a checkpoint.
Cletus, please.
That is a rarity. Yeah.
To skip too.
Yep. I gotta redo I gotta restart the level. That's the reason why we have such a generous estimate is because of things like this. Because sometimes the checkpoint triggers we're journal buffering off the checkpoint trigger, and if you don't account for that, then you might not necessarily come in under estimates. So, but it's fine. This level's not very long, just in vanilla anyway. I think it's like about 2 minutes normally. Already topped off on ammo.
Well, the Cletus fight.
A little unfortunate, but it happens.
Now the question is, can you make this jump again?
That's the question.
He got it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I got it twice in a row. Let's go. I think that's the first time I've ever got it twice in a row. But I also don't fail to skip very often, so I haven't had a lot of opportunity to go for it twice in a row. Yeah, that skip is not terribly hard. I just got anxious and antsy and did it too soon. But yeah, you're supposed to drop down into that little crevice and then dash to the left, and then you hit the end level trigger that way. Okay, spam the thing here.
Give me all your loot, or I'll blast
you.
Or I'll blast you. So yeah, this is the chance that we all have to take a sip of water, or in my case, coffee, because it's still early in the morning, and contemplate bears being in space.
True.
All right, we contemplated. So
It's they exist there because that's the only place where capitalism is yet to go.
in space.
Spares in base.
Spares in base. Very good. So yeah, that's Cletus. He's the boss. Seeing him do this from out of bounds is really funny because he just kind of like warps weirdly when he flies behind the tower. It just kind of looks a little silly. All right, so let's try this one more time. There we go. That's how that was supposed to go the first time. then we have another shmup level.
Yeah.
And same as the last one, we are going to just fly into the enemies and take an intentional death in order to speed through this more quickly. Oscar, how you feeling?
Sad.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Bears in space. All right. And then we get to the carnival. This is a level that has a couple of different options. You have to do one of 3 activities, I guess you'd say, in order to progress to the end of the level. Now you can do all 3, and in my casual playthrough, I absolutely did all 3. One of them is another time crisis segment, but we're gonna do what is by far and away the fastest one for obvious reasons, and that is going to happen once we are actually in the carnival proper. Now, unfortunately, the discovery of the big skip in this level did completely route out my favorite character in the entire game, Gormak, who is voiced by one of the developers. And I'm very, very sad about it. So we are still going to see Gormak because we're going to do a slower version of the skip in I think it's the next level. We're going to do a slower version of it. And so we'll still get to see Gormak, but we're not going to see him in this level, sadly. So I just need to wait for these platforms. Very nice. I'm just going to play this safe and not do the risky jump. Turn this laser this way. As soon as I push this button, I can start jumping because the platform drops down every time. Nice and easy. Laser to open that door, and then you're gonna actually get to see another fight, chat. Oh my goodness. How often do you get to see fights in this run?
Actually, really quickly, those platforms that say platform helper on them, that's another accessibility option where it works really well for the speedrun, so those jumps aren't as precarious. But yeah, if the platforming is not your thing, or it's a little bit challenging, you can turn that on, and they make it like a lot more accommodating. So
yeah, I forgot that he turned them on for the run, so when I was playing this casually, I was like, oh, there's a hole here now.
Right?
I can fall down.
All right, so we're using this little utility weapon in order to move these platforms sooner. Now, this is a tricky one, so give me a second.
Hey, I got a quest for you.
I got a quest for you.
I got a quest for you. And then we leave.
It's like, no thanks, I'm on my own quest.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's how I would feel if somebody told me, yeah, I have a quest for you. That's cool, dude.
pretty much, yeah.
I'm
So we're
not
floating
there.
into the carnival, so as soon as we clear that wall, we should be good. Oh yeah, we're good. Just have to land right over here, and that lands us inside. So this guy...
All right, well, why not? I hear if you dare. If you dare.
If you dare.
If you dare. I just wanted to play his voice line. I could have skipped that faster, but
Someone prepare.
I just love his voice line. If you dare.
Where?
Yeah, this is the fastest one by far. It's not even close. The other ones take multiple minutes. I'm gonna try to do a journal buffer on this one. And that gets us into this runway. So we are a fashion model now. Oh. Oh. Oh man. They're making fun of Maxwell.
Oh no. Oh, the huge manatee.
Ew, why does it have so much fur? I never knew a bear could be so ugly.
Now that's taking things too far. Time to teach these punks a lesson in deactivation.
Now that's taking things too far. So yeah, this is the first time you're gonna get to see Bertana combat. You actually get introduced to this much earlier in the game, but we skipped that part. So this is kind of like your Berserk from Doom 2016. If you've played that game, you get a melee, a bunch of melee abilities, and you get a ton of health. And yeah, the difficulty of this combat is quite pronounced. You have to walk up to an enemy and hold right click and they die. Very challenging combat here.
Yeah.
Occasionally you can uppercut them or throw a fireball at them.
True. Which are definitely not Hadoukens and Shoryukens, but
Definitely not. They're Bardokens.
okay. And then kill up the trigger enemies. And so we're able to leave. Now you don't have to kill every enemy in this room. You just have to kill a couple of specific ones. One of them being this guy. And he will grab you, and it's very annoying when he does. We are going to actually use that to our advantage later, but you pretty much have to just kill everything on this platform. There you are, and this guy. Oh, and this guy. And that should be it. There you go. And I'm going to try and journal buffer here. This one's tricky. Okay, I got it. So I'm going to overlap two of these cutscenes together. Yeah, so that's definitely not how that's supposed to look normally, but managed to overlap two cutscenes, and so some of that weirdness was very much intended. And then we get to one of the silliest little mini boss fights. Now, there is technically a skip for this fight. I have never been able to pull it off. It is very... Oh, shoot. I jumped by mistake. Didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. So you can technically skip this fight, but you have to do some like weirdness with opening photo mode and jumping, and I've never been able to figure it out how to do it. So we're just going to fight this guy like normal. So this is a kind of gimmicky boss fight where you have to punch the Immaculate Strongo while you are you just have to kind of punch him, and then you have to lean to one side or the other depending on what attack he's going to do. It's very much a gimmick, and it is slow. It would be nice to skip this fight, but it is just way too difficult to actually do. So we fight him like normal. So yeah, this would be a great time. I was not looking at the screen for a second. This would be a great time, Dijon, if you wanted to jump in with anything for the fine folks at home.
Absolutely. Again, this is Power Up the Pride 2026, and we're raising money for Point of Pride. And the money that we raise will go to Point of Pride's various support programs, such as their annual Transgender Surgery Fund, which is a scholarship-like program that provides direct financial assistance to trans folks who cannot afford their gender-affirming surgery, or their HRT Access Fund, which is a scholarship-like program that provides direct financial assistance to trans folks who cannot afford their gender-affirming hormone replacement therapy.
Absolutely great. It's a great cause, and I'm very happy we are raising money for such a great cause. It's not giving me great RNG today. So, yeah.
No.
Strongo will do... Yeah, so Strongo will do anywhere between 0 to 3. He'll let you punch him 0 to 3 times before he does his next attack, and if he does lean back, then you have to just kind of deal with it. And he's been doing it a lot more than average, I would say. Luckily, we do get a lot of blindside attacks, which do a lot of damage, and that's the fight. Now, because I got the skip on the beginning of the level, we should be able to actually float away during the final cutscene of this level. We're going to see in a second. Also, this announcer bot is voiced by Gianni Matrograno, if you know who that is.
Remember, folks, winners don't get caught using drugs.
The man of 1,000 voices. So, yay, we can float away. So that's our hands.
Oh, nice.
And that's a button up there. And yeah, this just happens like randomly. I think it has to do with if you manage to get the journal buffer at the beginning of the level. But yeah, we can move around during this cutscene. It doesn't save any time. We're locked into waiting for this bus to pull up. But it's just funny because it's just your hand sitting there at the bus. And now we get to Grobia. This is one of my favorite levels in the speedrun specifically. Casually, it is a gigantic nightmare, but in the speedrun, it's great. So we're going to push those two buttons to open this door. And the first skip that we're going to do is called Wireless Steve. Cosmic, why is this skip called Wireless Steve?
So normally these little yellow robots, you have to find them stuff to eat so that they'll open the door for you. And he wants one of the sleeping bots who's called Wired Steve. But we're going to skip doing that for this section. And so it's Wireless Steve.
It's Wireless
Don't need
Steve.
wires.
Yeah, we do that journal buffer off of him. Yeah, we do that journal buffer off of him, and that skips Wired Steve entirely. So we need to float over here. We have to do this part because it's just there's no way to cross that gap if we don't. Push those three buttons. Float back over here.
This game has a really neat quality of life thing with these gadgets that Dane is using, where if you just point at an object that you're supposed to use a gadget on and hit on keyboard, it's the Q button. I don't know what it is on controller, but it will switch to whatever gadget you need. So you're not like fumbling around in the gadget wheel or anything. You can just bring out the one that you need and you can just use it. So pretty neat, pretty nice.
One of those robots got in my way and I bonked into him, so I couldn't keep raising. All right, so I'm going to orient right about here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 for good luck.
No worries.
And that is going to get us over here. So we're actually going to hit a couple of dev buttons. So there's these two buttons here. If we hit this button, that's going to shorthand this next sequence. And then the second button opens this one up. So this is, you're going to notice this is a typical twin stick shooter sequence. And this is probably one of my favorite spots in the game casually, just because it's very silly. So that first button allowed us to actually skip this. As soon as we kill enough of these little bad guys, we can skip. Now, every one of these rooms is supposed to have a fight in it, but because we hit that first button, all these gates are down, and we can just walk right to the end of this sequence. Now, that does come with the trade-off of the last sequence is going to be significantly harder. Also, oh, I got locked in here. Yeah, this happens one in maybe every, I don't know, 25 runs. It's very, very rare, but I just got very unlucky on this one. Let me grab a few power-ups. So that does mean I have to grab some. There we go. Have to grab a couple power-ups. Your weapon strength is determined by how much damage you're actually taking. I'm also taking damage. My actual character model is taking damage right now. I think I'm standing in like... Oh, my movement's like also getting kind of messed up as a result of that. Okay, well, we're gonna see how this goes. This should be fine, but because we're playing on easy mode, and so we're taking less damage. So I might also notice I'm like missing a couple of these shots. The reason why is because I'm actually looking at my character, not at where I'm shooting, because I'm trying to avoid getting shot by these bullets. If I take too much damage, I'm going to lose some of my weapon strength, and that is bad. So yeah, just like that. But luckily I took an upgrade earlier, so it's fine. Yeah, that was kind of a weird one. I don't usually have that happen, but ended up being fine. So I don't know how I ended up all the way back there. Ooh! So yeah, there's supposed to be a boss here. Some goofiness happened, and so the boss didn't actually spawn in. Also, the cutscene is locked out.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so we're going to have to load checkpoint. Loading checkpoint usually fixes this. I just want to make sure we actually hit the checkpoint first. There we go. Okay, so we grab the weapon, and then that starts the fight against King Chunkula. And this is the fight. We just shoot the ray at him, and yeah. Now, if I don't get this journal buffer, we are soft locked. So I need to make sure that I start spamming here.
Nice.
GG.
Got it. Yeah, that one's usually pretty easy to get, but it's scary because if you don't get it, you're soft locked. And then we get to the end of the level. This is a candy rocket. Oop, I missed the trigger. There we go.
I'm no candy rocket scientist, but it looks to me like it's out of fuel.
It's out of fuel. So we need to fill the rocket up with pure Grobian syrup, and that is going to take 1 minute.
1 minute, this bad
And if you look at the clocks when I say now, it will be exactly 1 minute, and then Baritana will say, "The rocket's done refueling, Maxi." So I'll tell you when. Starting right now. So keep an eye on that clock. Dijon, you've got 1 minute. Go.
All right. Well, I can talk about more of the various sport programs that Point of Pride offers. They have an electrolysis support fund, which is a scholarship-like program that provides direct financial assistance to trans femme people in need of permanent hair removal services they cannot otherwise afford. They provide free chest binders to trans people who cannot otherwise afford or safely obtain them. Free femme shapewear, and the Thrive Fund, which is a generalized fund to help cover a wide range of gender-affirming care and services, such as updating IDs, vocal therapy, and reproductive health services.
Very nice.
Yep.
And that's 1 minute. So I need to kind of time this so I don't get bombarded. Oh, there we go. Like 2 inches too far back. And that skips the rest of Grovia, or that's rather the end of Grovia. And then we get to the next, and I believe the final shmup sequence. And as always, it is fastest to just take an intentional death. Oscar, how you feeling?
Sadder.
I'm feeling great, honestly.
Nice.
Which
All
the
right.
irony is here, because Dane and I are doing a co-op shmup later on today in Power Up
True.
with Pride. So,
So this is Honey Factory. What's funny is there's another runner named Zen and myself. We're the only 2 runners for this game. We both found the skip for this level independently of each other, just kind of by happenstance. But we're not going to do that, because if we did that, we would skip one of the endings, and we can't skip that. Also, this is Gormak. This is my favorite character. I am sad that we skip him so much in the game now, but things must be skipped for the sake of speed. So yeah, we're gonna play through this level kind of normally-ish, as normally as you can in a game like this.
Yeah.
I'm bored.
Also, if you are my age or older and you remember old school Nickelodeon, you might notice that Baritana sounds a lot like Mrs. Bighead from Rocko's Modern Life. And once I realized that, I was never able to unhear that.
Oh, you're right.
Rocco?
It's a very Charlie Adler voice.
Yeah. Blah.
Why is there no honey?
This here.
All right, so one of your endings that you donated for is in here. We're going to push Dopefish. We're going to actually hit this button just to get this door open earlier. This Dopefish. And then I'm going to go around a trigger so that we don't start that. There we go. And then we go into this porta potty.
seems safe.
We found it. The honey obtainium reactor. This single reactor is powering the entire robot army. It creates the limitless source of honey which our mortal enemy thrives on. If it were to be destroyed, our mission would be over. The enemy defeated, but the delicious honey would be gone.
Oh no.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Max. The destruction of this reactor would mean the end to honey as we know it. You know I can't let that happen. Goodbye, Maxwell.
Baritana killed Maxwell to preserve the honey reactor. She lived the rest of her days sipping on the sweet power of honey. Eventually, she consumed so much honey that she became the overlord of the robots. Max was dead at the time, but would have enjoyed Baritana's antics as robot overlord. Game over.
GG.
Now that is a side mission in this level, and just so you all know, it's not going to pop up because we've already completed it because this is New Game Plus. But when you complete it in like a New Game file, the mission is called the canon ending. So apparently that is the canon ending according to the developers.
I'm not sure what I was expecting, but it wasn't
What an
this.
unbearable turn of
I thought
events.
maybe at the very least it would have some
Sigh.
educational stuff. But to
All right.
not get to taste
We're gonna do a
it,
skip
I'm
here.
at a loss for words,
This is
Max.
going to skip another time crisis sequence.
So-
Nice. Now I hit the journal one too many times. If you don't hit it as many times as I do, she will overlap her dialogue. But if you hit the button too many times, it'll actually cancel the dialogue talking. And hearing Bertana say multiple dialogue lines overlapping each other is a very cursed noise. Oh, interesting. I got a buffer on this dialogue. I don't usually get that. And then we get to another Bertana sequence. So now you get to see more Bertana combat. We're not going to be like this for the rest of the level, but we will be like this for most of the rest of the level. And if you're watching this and you're thinking, there's no way that you can speedrun this game, I assure you can.
You can just hold right.
If you can make jokes like that, then I can make them. Ooh, right by that guy. Yeah, this is mostly just kind of walk up and punch the enemies by holding right click. So.
The story thing here too is that they go through this entire factory and there's basically just no honey. So Bertana's like, she leaves and goes somewhere else, and then Max hops on the rocket and sees all of this honey. So the joke, of course, is that Bertana pieces out right at the good part. And yeah, oh, that's a nice skip. Yeah, I forgot about that one. That was cool.
Yeah, a little skip there. Doesn't save a ton of time, but it's nice to be able to just skip having to run down the whole walkway. And then we get to this. Now you'll recognize Mr. Bouncy. He is the boss fight from earlier, and we can just walk up and punch him. As soon as this guy dies, we're gonna get two enemies that spawn in. These things are public. They're not spawning in yet. I think I need to kill some more of these guys. The enemy that's gonna spawn in, this one right here. This is public enemy number 1. And they need to die quickly.
Oh, these guys, yeah.
Because they teleport, and they teleport out of bounds sometimes. And it looks like that's what happened here. They're not supposed to. The developers confirmed to me they're not supposed to do that, but they were never quite able to fix it where they didn't. Ah, shoot, I missed. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. No, you die. You die.
Yeah, those guys show up as part of like a horror-ish sequence or like a spooky sequence. When you get like on a boat in one of the earlier levels, and that's where you're introduced to them.
Little skip to get up here. Not much of a skip, but a little one.
Some optimized movement.
Yeah, optimized movement is probably a good way to phrase it. And this is just to get up here through this sequence. We're mostly just kind of trying to navigate to the end of the level at this point. There isn't a ton of Bertana combat left, but there's one more big fight right through this doorway right here. And then we have the boss fight of this level. There are quite a few boss fights in this game, actually, but given how long it is, it's actually the boss fight to level ratio is about normal, I'd say.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and those little tiny robots that scream are kind of reminiscent of Serious Sam, the headless guys from Serious Sam. Got him. Yeah, the nice thing about them is you can just kind of stand there, hold the right click, and they'll walk right into you, and makes killing them a lot easier. All right, and that should be everybody. Oh, we got one more right there. Should be everyone. Awesome. Oh, got it. Oh.
Ooh.
That was That was lucky. Yeah, the cycle that platform can be on is entirely random based on how long it takes you to do the fight. So I got very lucky that I was able to grab that before it got all the way up, or we'd have to wait another cycle.
Nice.
Crunch.
Ow, my ankles. Yeah.
All right, and then we are going up against the boss of this level, which is Metal Bear Zero.
Metal Bear?
Metal Bear. All right, so luckily we have the pyrite gun. Now, Oscar, I'll let you talk through the pyrite gun because you got this joke before I did.
So, okay, I'm a big fan of James Bond. So, as soon as I hear the pyrite gun and look at it, I'm like, oh, it's a James Bond reference because pyrite is also known as fool's gold. So therefore, it is the fool's golden gun. And I had to explain that to Dane because Dane is not as much of a James Bond fan as I am, and also Timothy Dalton is my James Bond, and License to Kill is amazing. So, just throwing that out there. God bless the 80s.
All right, that is the fight. I need to get over here before this last sequence starts. So this one, I've never been able to confirm this with the devs. I need to actually ask them one day. But this I think is a reference to the final boss fight of Half-Life 1. At least it seems like it is because of how this fight, you know, how that shield is kind of oriented and stuff. I need to talk to them about that one day and have them confirm or deny that for me. And then we go into Lonely Road. Now, we could skip this fight. I know how to skip this fight. It's not extremely hard to skip this fight. But skipping Quasic would be a crime. So we're not going to skip Quasic. It would be awful if we did. So this is Quasic. He is definitely not lifted directly out of Pokemon or something.
Definitely not.
So we're going to kind of steer him over this way by having him do his little punching motion. The reason why is because we need to go through this door right behind me. And having him die here or lose there gets us over here a little bit faster. So I always forget that they warp you out of that real quickly. So in order to go through this sequence, we need to grab this dynamite right here. And we're going to use this dynamite in order to blow up these rocks right here. And that is so that we can grab this dynamite. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, we'll just use the first dynamite. It does not work that way. The game actually will not let you.
Nope. Yeah.
So I'm going to have him... Okay, he's being slow. Come on, Quasic. There you go.
I thought Golduck was just a water psychic, not a water fighting.
Ah.
Well, actually, no, that'd be firefighting then.
Wait, is Golduck hard psychic?
No, Golduck's just
What?
water.
Oh.
That's what I thought.
Hmm.
Aye.
Either way.
All right.
Useless on its
So we're
own,
gonna...
but it could conceivably still be
Thank
integrated
you,
into a makeshift Quasic.
Donald Duck.
I think that's. I was trying to do a Golduck.
Oh.
Or sorry, Golduck at
Fair
home.
enough.
Oh, there you are,
Move
Barry.
Golduck. So yeah, we picked up a machine gun. We're going to use that in a minute. Yeah, and fun fact, you can't actually just like spam left click here. You actually have to kind of dole it out in a rhythmic way. If you just spam it, you'll actually deal damage slower. So we have to kind of methodically push the button there. And then we grab Excalibur, stone and all.
The final piece of the puzzle.
And then we are going to assemble it at this workbench. Now we have to do a little mini game here. This is very annoying. Oh my god.
Now this actually brings up a good point for people. You might be wondering, what's with the EFDS and not like WASD? Dane, why is that?
Because my movement keys are ESDF because I'm weird and I ran Doom for a long time and I needed it. So yeah. Anyways, so we've just put together the ultimate weapon out of that dynamite, machine gun, and the Excalibur, and you might be wondering what could possibly be strong enough to take down this monster.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
all right.
Well, okay. Time to pause and reflect for a minute.
Record scratch. You're probably wondering.
He's a pretzel now.
Oh, he's mangled. I can't bear to look. Oh.
You can't bear to look. Wow. Okay. All right. So yep, we are now walking for 2.5 minutes, I think. Now, fun fact about this: if you try to push anything but the forward button, like say I push one of the side buttons,
There's no sidestepping this situation. I have to press on.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
We appreciate the chest hair on Maxwell sticking out there.
true. Or if I try to press backward,
The only way forward is forward. No time to backtrack.
they knew what they were doing. Also,
No.
a fun little story about this. So when the game first launched, they did let you rebind your movement keys, but kind of frustratingly, there were sequences like this one where they didn't have the keys rebound properly, and so when the devs watched me play the game, they went, "Oh, we need to fix that." And so some of the stuff that came out in later patches was like quality of life fixes and whatnot. One of them was setting it up so that you could actually do the movement keys properly on this sequence. So if you change your movement key to something like your forward key to something other than W, you didn't have to hold W to do this. So big shout outs to the devs for that. That was kind of an awesome little change that they made. And I have a feeling they're going to be implementing that a lot more in their later games. Oh, nice, we got a car. That'll make this sequence go a lot faster. Oh,
After a brief time, I decided wherever.
never mind.
Well,
Well, it was fun while it lasted, right?
Yeah.
Drove the car for 10 minutes.
Rip.
In the distance,
Also,
building looms, yet makes no weave.
That is such an underrated joke, by the way. In the distance, a building looms but makes no weave. That is such an underrated joke. I feel like they did not get the credit they deserve for making that one. That was so good.
yeah, that is a pretty. It's kind of like a hit you later type deal, but it's good.
Something asked me about Loom. I'm pretty sure there's enough people here that will their ears suddenly perked up. Oh, hi Bear Tom.
You asleep, by the way.
It's Persona.
Alright, let me quickly
Yeah,
pick
we
it back and
are
again. Let's get out of here.
getting into the last two levels. Now, the last two levels are, well, the second to last level, Spaceport Ascent, is the longest level in the run, and it's not even close. I think it's like around 11 minutes. That's with skips, at least the route that I'm doing. There's a faster skip like route for it, but we're not going to do that in this run. Yeah, we never really explained what legacy means, so we should probably explain that at some point before the run's over with. So the reason why we call this category legacy is because there is a faster version of this run. Like there's a faster route that you can do that utilizes a lot more journal buffering and journal hovers. Oh, by the way, this is a Matrix reference for Matrix fans.
Yep. Clock to that one.
But yeah, so the reason why we call this legacy is because this is actually a kind of curated route that is a little bit more custom designed to just kind of be good for showcasing. If you were to watch the actual fastest version of this run, it's not terribly exciting. It's just floating to the very end of the level in every level, and they literally only do 2 fights in the entire game, this being one of them. And as a showcase, it's not great. So that's the reason why we are running this category legacy, because it just makes for a little bit more entertainment, a little bit. You get to see more of the game, and you get to actually see the game as opposed to skipping, such tremendous amounts of it. I did a little skip there to skip that little puzzle sequence.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead
I
and
would say
top
this
off
is
real
positively the better showcase route.
Oh, shut up. when you let that guy grab me, and that's gonna actually let me kind of jump up there. It's a tiny skip that lets me not have to run around. Actually, I can do this from here. And now I have to do a very scary skip because I'm not gonna do this fight, but I'm still gonna have to do this this puzzle. So Oscar, why don't you explain this, what I'm doing?
So
Oh,
that
God,
particular item, the dial-a-bot, it's a door door opener. So Dane's really quickly trying to look at the robot pairing of head and body on the top of that door and matching it to the dial-a-bot code. Once he's matched it, he gets that code left, down, right. So he's trying to then really quickly submit that code and not do what just happened right there. So yeah, anywho, so this new device that he just picked up that we haven't seen before as he's starting this level for the first time is the dial-a-bot. So he has to look at the top robot on the top of that door. It's two-part top and body, and he's trying to match it to his dial-a-bot code. Once he does that, he'll get a 4-button combination. And that is left, right, down. Totally different from the one that totally didn't just happen. Once that code is submitted, the door is open, and Dana's going to try not to die, totally for the first time, as he gets into that area.
For the first time. Yeah, that's a tricky one. It's
been an honor.
You have to play dodge bullet with a lot of projectiles while figuring out that code, and I have gotten that sequence with 1 hit point left, and it is scary. Also, that guy's name is Yo Dog. Also voiced by Gianni Montegrano, because Gianni did like a million voices in this game. But yeah, we have a fight here. Not a ton to say during this fight, so Dijon, if you want to jump in anything, now's a great time.
Alrighty, you are watching Power Up with Pride 2026 here on Twitch, our flagship summer event. We're running from June 5th through June 7th, and we are benefiting Point of Pride. To find out more about them, you can find the link to their site in the panels below the stream, or use !charity in chat. If you're interested in donating, you can type !donate in chat. Find the schedule by using !schedule, or see the incentives with !incentives.
Perfect timing. That just finished that sequence. Now, this right here is a throwback to another part that we skipped earlier in the run. So if you're wondering what the heck is going on here, this is not going to look familiar because we skipped that part earlier. So we just killed the White House. Now we have to kill the president, and then we have to kill the vice president, who's going to spawn right out of here. And then we have to kill the Secretary of Snacks.
Very important role.
Very important role. I kind of want to be the Secretary of Snacks. And then we get to my favorite boss fight, strictly for the creativity of it. So that's us right now. We are doing this fight from the perspective of the boss. So it's a second-person perspective fight. I love this. I think it's so creative and so cool, and it's a gimmick, but it's like such a creative little idea. I had to give the devs like such props for this fight because it's just such a cool little concept. Oh no, he's gonna hit me. Yeah, he'll do that spinning attack a few times, at least 2, sometimes 3. A little frustrating when he does.
It's okay, Dane. Just bear down and you'll get through it.
Oh my god. Trying to smack him enough times before he spins again.
Little bots kind of remind me of Tom Turbo.
Love it.
So that actually went pretty fast because he only did the spinning attack 1 time. Usually he does it 2. Sometimes if you get unlucky, he'll do it 3 times. So I'm going to top off my ammo real quick because we do have another fight coming up in just a bit. And I'm going to go for a kind of a tricky skip. This one, I found this one pretty early on, and it's kind of tough. Dang it. Oh god, yeah, and you can see why it's tough.
Just look at how much damage he's taking, and this is on easy.
Yep. On easy.
Yeah, playing this game on normal, I was like surprised at how much damage these enemies can put out during fights.
Yeah, this game's hard. in case that wasn't clear. So luckily, you got a little health here. I'm gonna grab that health too, just in case.
A good shot, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a whole series of fights. So.
And health is really just a bare necessity here.
Oh, good grief. Okay, you gotta kill that guy because he actually does a lot of AoE damage. And if I don't kill him, then doing this puzzle right here. Okay, I am doing this puzzle right here without that is very tough. So let me.
That pun was sweet as honey.
A decent RNG on that.
Chat, remember, Dane invited us to do this. This is his fault.
And I do it again, too.
Yeah, by the end of it, he'll be barely functioning.
He'll stop pausing every time we do a pun. It's all for the love of the game, so it's all good.
It's true. He might have to take a nap.
I'm going to play my video game now.
I was going to say, he might have to take a nap after. Hibernate, if you will.
I love it.
Why we have you on the couch. Both of you. Got one right there, got one right there, and that should be everyone. Excellent. All right, we're trying to time this jump so I can get over here a little faster. Nice. And then we're going to go into the only time crisis sequence we actually have to do. This is the only one that we can't skip. Well, we technically can skip it, but where's the fun in that?
Are you gonna hit them all?
Yeah, so there's 39 targets. If I don't hit all 39 targets, I will I'll gift a sub. How about that?
Or just donate to Point of Pride.
Or donate to Point of Pride, yeah. True.
Donate Point of Pride.
Can you tell Streamer Brain was on?
True. Brain's a little bit on right now, yeah.
Do you guys know what Bertana's favorite TV show is?
I know exactly which pun you're looking at, but go for it.
I was gonna say Claw and Order.
Claw and
yeah.
Order.
Can't believe you.
Do you know when Bertana is not hanging out with Maxwell, you know what kind of hats she wears?
No.
Berets.
God.
This is quite the bear-raising adventure, I'll tell you what.
Hey, that's 39 out of 39.
Hey.
GG.
GG's.
All right, so in order to do this next journal hover, we actually have to do it twice. It's kind of weird. If we were to try to do this one straight away, it wouldn't let us. So we have to do the first one, and that is going to let us pause in order to reload, and then we can do it. For whatever reason, if you try to do the journal hover on the first one, it like locks you out of movement. It's really weird. So we have to reload checkpoint, and then we can actually move over this. This is going to skip a big fight, and we're going to go into this elevator right here. And I'm just kind of waiting on dialogue. Nice. Actually went pretty smoothly. And then we are going into the last fight of this level. It is the biggest fight in the game, and it's not even close. They made a gauntlet fight for you right here at the end. So here we go.
Yeah, this fight was sick.
This fight's awesome, but it is long and it is very grueling, especially because you can run out of ammo if you're not careful. Oop, my right click was not working for some reason.
You mean if you're not bareful, right?
Yes, if you're not bareful. Oh, rude. They gotta grab me. All right, so we're gonna have a couple enemies spawn in just a second. This enemy right here has a ton of health.
Oh, yeah.
As you can see by the fact that the bar is going down very slowly, but luckily it was fine. This weapon right here is really good for crowd control, but it does unfortunately not have a ton of DPS, so we don't use it very often.
I was wondering if that was.
And
just
that is the
me,
fight.
'cause
Nice.
I barely used that gun during the game as a result of like how little damage it did.
Barely. You barely used it.
And that pun not intended, honestly, but
Yeah.
you know,
Go on.
no, I had nothing else to say. Yeah,
It's like all the times
Right.
Dane's mentioned pausing, and he's given us heck.
the real.
Yeah, well,
pause
that
button.
was also not on purpose.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna take our seat here, which is clearly a very comfortable seat, and this is actually a tricky journal hover, so because the timing is very precise on it, so I need to focus for a second. So, all right, we're gonna be spamming the journal here, so this might be a little bit annoying to look at.
Oh, yeah. Just someone needs to do.
All right, I think it worked.
Maybe this guy will help.
Float over here. Now this is the valet. This is skipping what is usually a 7-minute sequence. We just jumped onto the last platform, and we can skip the entire fight and go right into where we blast ourselves into the valet and do the very last sequence. So we got about maybe like 2 minutes left on the timer, just for production to be aware of. We just have to do one more fight as Bertana.
Now, you say
That
that the
not
canon
kill
ending
me?
was earlier, but I just saw a cannon right there. So what's really the canon ending?
Right?
Bah. Yes, and we did not forget, by the way. We're still going to show off the one ending that we have not shown off yet.
My favorite ending too.
Yeah,
This is the
the first one you
backstory.
found.
So while he's fighting, I'll give some context on this story and why it's my favorite ending. Dane had started playing Bears in Space a few days before I had started it, and like you stream it and doing awesome with it. I started playing. I picked up, started playing it, and I found this ending completely by accident because I have a twisted sense of humor. So as he's streaming, I go into his chat saying, "Hey Dane, I beat the game." And I remember the look on his face. Like, you just started playing it. I'm like, I know, GG.
To be fair, you didn't actually beat the game.
I got it.
You cheated not only your game,
I
but
got
but
it
yourself as
ending.
well.
I got an ending.
And we just took out the valet's hearts. And now we are kind of on cutscene watch for a minute. Where are you? There you are. Yeah, it's a little chaotic right now. None of this is supposed to be happening. So, like, this thing is
Oh
not
my
supposed to
gosh.
be in front of us. Yeah,
Crazy.
doing that skip makes everything a little bit chaotic here.
Yeah.
My friends.
That was a really nice bus you just blew up.
That was a really nice bus you just blew up.
Just blew up.
Priorities.
Finally achieved my dreams of killing that guy. Guess there's nothing stopping us.
Yeah, these UFOs will shoot at you through the credits, by the way. Hilariously, like, if you don't destroy them, you'll just hear them shooting at you throughout the credits, which is very amusing to me. All right, so time is coming up as soon as we touch the rocket after this little dialogue right here. And time.
GG's.
And that is Bears in Space, a very, very silly little game that I love so much. Although a safe return to Earth was right in front of them, Maxwell and Bertana decided not to go home. They had too much fun together and learned the value of friendship. Bertana and Maxwell haven't been seen since, but wherever a robot is brutally deactivated, rumors of their reappearance always follow. GG. Now we're gonna let the credits roll for a minute for no particular reason, except I have a very specific reason for doing that. So this is a good time for Asuka. Do you have any shout-outs you want to give?
Everyone should go follow both Twitch TV twitch.tv/Danejerus and twitch.tv/DCosmic. They're both really heckin' good people, and yeah.
Yeah,
And you'll see me do some silly things soon in a few hours.
True. You should also follow Oscar424. I'm just saying. You should do that.
You should follow both of the commentators. Cosmic streams lots of action games, a lot of Devil May Cry, a lot of PlayStation 2 era things. So if that's up your alley, Cosmic is definitely a good stream to sit in. And if you like, I don't know, sweaty Souls content, that's most of what I stream nowadays. Because my peanut brain has gone ooga booga with Souls content. But the reason I wanted to play through the credits is that's us right there. That's our names.
Hey.
Yeah, Asuka and I got into the credits because we helped the developers a little bit with some playtesting stuff and some bug fixes. So before we
The
get
true
on out of here,
ending!
I did promise you all that we were going to show all endings, and there is one. So we're going to go right back to the beginning of the game.
The best ending!
I'm going to start this up, and
Yeah.
we see that there's a bunch of banana peels, and we need to get... Oh, ow. Oh, jeez. Oh, I forgot my phone. Hold on, I need to go back. Ah! Okay, hold on. Having slipped his last peel, Max decided that maybe this adventure was beyond his capabilities and decided to give up. Game over.
GG.
I was so proud
what a
of
silly
finding
little
that.
game. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. We're going to go ahead and get on out. Enjoy the rest of Power Up with Pride, and you will be hearing from Asuka very soon, and from both of us again, just a few hours from now when we both run Next Machina. So, Dijon, back to you.
Thank you so much, Dangerous. Great run, great bears, great space. All the bear puns were kind of an Ursa Major pain. But yeah, you are watching Power Up with Pride 2026. I'm your host, Dijon Ketchup. But not for long, because I'll be swapping off on the host mic. But up next, we've got Once Upon a Katamari with MK Cyborg. So enjoy that.
Hello, everyone. You are watching Power Up with Pride 2026, where coming up shortly will be our next run of Once Upon a Katamari with MK Cyborg. My name's Stump. I'll be hosting for these next few runs. And, it's going to be great to do that. We got some fun runs for that block, including after this a nice little grandmother mini block that I've been looking forward to just as much as this next run. But we are here raising money for Point of Pride. Point of Pride is a trans-led and 501c3 nonprofit organization, and they've served tens of thousands of people in all 50 states and over 100 countries by providing access to gender-affirming health and wellness services. They're currently celebrating their 10-year anniversary, and in that time, they have raised nearly $6 million in support of their mission. That is where your donations are going. And it's great to be supporting that cause. You can type !donate or find the link below if you would like to contribute to this. You can also check out the upcoming incentives we have with ! incentives in chat. We are ready for our next